G'day, it's Darren, Australia's water sommelier. I'm just here to give a bit of a water review, a bit of a water tasting experience about one of the most special waters around that I've seen, and I just want to share it with you guys. This water today is I've got to probably see it here, the King Island Cloud Juice. It is actually stunning. It looks like a fine wine. It's presented in a beautiful Bordeaux, and it's got a beautiful story that goes all the way back with it. And the packaging is stunning. It looks like something that you would bring to a friend and use at a fine restaurant. It is not something that just hook back. It's something that needs to be savoured and enjoyed. And it's a delicious water from King Island in Tasmania, Australia. If you're not sure where that is, it's the bottom part, right at the bottom of Australia, with all the breeze coming through. Oh, fantastic there. I've got the information here. I'm just going to pull it up while I'm talking with you guys and do a bit of a tasting and experience. Yeah, the water, it's as you can see written on it. I'm just going to pour a glass for me. I've got my glass there. There we go. Beautiful. Absolutely stunning drop. Oh, look at that. It's beautiful, delicious water. It's great. We can see on the bottom here. It's like the bottle itself is it's a small batch rainwater from King Island in Tasmania. Basically, that means the owner there, Duncan, has decided to harvest his own rainwater through King Island, and that area in King Island is written on here. It's got some of the strong westerly winds. Straight over about 180 days a year. They've got these really strong winds, and that's blowing across from the Antarctic area. So it's there's no pollution. There's nothing in the air. There's literally some of the cleanest air in the world. And when it rains for that many days a year, you get to harvest that beautiful water from Mother Nature and from the rain, and experience it as what it is. So it's an elegant water. It's refreshed. I am really loving it as a room temperature, because it's got that velvety feel through it. But yeah, let's have a bit of a taste about it, and then we'll go through a bit more information about the water. Oh, it's sweet. It's something really sweet. It's got that weight on the sides there. It's classified as a super low minerality, which is anything below a 50 TDS, total dissolved solids, which is basically electrolytes. So it's got less than 50 electrolytes, so it's a super low minerality. They've written on the bottle here, it says 45. So yeah, it's got that weight though on the sides. It even feels already cool. Maybe the way the minerality works, because of the cool breeze when it came through. It's not feeling like a room temperature, even though it's served at room temperature. Just the way it feels, the really sweetness on the side and the back of the tongue, the weight there, it doesn't feel like a very super low minerality. It feels a bit heavier, which is why it's such an interesting water. It's got really interesting things. I just really impressed by this water. The process behind it, the work that goes involved from Duncan there, and what it actually is. It's a special rainwater. It just proves that water is different based on its terroir. And talking about terroir, just like wine and coffee and other things out there in the world, wine has its own terroir based on its location, and that affects the flavour of the wine. Coffee is the same. You get a coffee from Brazil, a coffee from Panama, a coffee from Ethiopia. They're all going to taste different based on where they're grown and the altitude, the environment that's involved in there. It's just, it all comes down to the terroir and what's involved. And then you look at the type of source. Other sources we've talked about, artesian springs and things like that. And this one is a source called rainwater. So it hasn't had a long time to hit minerals. That's why it doesn't have a lot of minerals in it. It's a super low minerality. But the clarity of each mineral is very defined, see on that. So you've really got a beautiful minerally display on the back. So we know our water. That's the thing. We've got to know what's in our water. That's an important thing. When you know what's in the water, you kind of understand what it tastes, and you know where it's from. The whole story is on the bottle there. There's website with all information, the social media is there. There's even a few blog posts written out there from a few other people. I'll put the links in the below for those. It's just a lovely water that's won awards in fine waters, the other places as well. And this rule really got its big break when it was what was it? It was on the water menu within France. Let me just pull that up for a second. It was really interesting to find that. Yeah, there we go. So it was 1999. It got its major breakthrough for the Colette Water Bar in Paris. It's where they chose to feature this water, the Colette Water Bar in France. And that's from that point on, it was picked up by a restaurant that had the title of winning the best restaurant in the world for over 5 times, the El Bulli restaurant. So it's actually, and it's been on numerous water menus and fine dining facilities around the world. It's definitely a water that's an experience that needs to be enjoyed. Something about this I absolutely love. There's over 9,750 drops of rain that's been calculated from the mathematics. It's all written there on the bottle. So if you want to know how, depending on the size of the drops and stuff, but that's all done and all information is on their website, and Duncan's provided that for us to look at the analysis of all that water there. So it's absolutely beautiful. Another thing I love about this, it's like the marketing, the branding, and the stories that all go behind it. It's like, big thing they talk about is some people feel the rain. Others just get wet, and that's all over their website. It's all because of what Bob Marley says. It's just like, we need to feel this rain. It's just not rain. We have to enjoy this. We're not just getting wet. We have the opportunity to capture something that's under our faces in the middle of Tasmania or in King Island, Tasmania, and bottle that and share it with the world. It's just an experience that needs to be shared, an experience that needs to be enjoyed, and it just proves that if you're pairing this, like as a sommelier myself, as a water sommelier and a coffee professional, I always look at options to elevate your tasting experience. And this is definitely a water that I can see that would be elevated if I put a beautiful plate of sashimi, like the delicate fragrances, the delicate nuances, and that you're going to get from the sashimi. There's very, very fine, intricate notes that you have from those flavors. And this, because of the natural sweetness, it's going to elevate some of those, turn the volume up on some of those flavors. On the other side of the spectrum, so that's with the sashimi. You could even have it with a nice, what's the pancetta? Like a nice, beautiful pancetta with the hams on there, and it's just like, or even an antipasto. With there's different types of flavors that you're going to have on antipasto platters with the olives and stuff like that, because they're all so strong and so different in flavors, and the natural sweetness of this water will control the other side of the other flavors you get. Or even I would even pair this. I have a lot of Asian cuisine within my family, within the house. We go out and have this. I would pair this with like a cold noodle, a cold noodle with not a lot of big flavors, but then because the cold noodle, not with a sauce, but a cold noodle, it was just really enhance some of those flavors you're getting from the buckwheat noodles if it's a soba noodle, and it's just going to see the quality of those noodles come out even louder. So there's different ways you can pair this, or you can put a simple dessert in there, just a nice simple, not a strong flavored dessert. I would go for more a softer, even like a fruit style dessert would be great with this type of water. So, and that's it. I'll just mention on. He's got a still and a sparkling available. They're both stunning waters. They're both delicious waters, and I absolutely love this still water. It's delicious. It's from Tasmania, and remember, some people do feel the rain, others just get wet. So what Duncan has done is produced this stunning glass bottle of water that is not just water. It just shows you water has flavour and water has taste. Anyway, that's it for me. I'll leave some links in the below where you can follow up on more information from Duncan and King Island Cloud Juice. Basic Barista in Melbourne, Victoria, has written a big blog post about this water. I'll leave a few links in there. And is there any other waters you want me to talk about? Let me know. I've got a big shelf behind me. I've got a few lists I'm going to work through, and just share them and give some information about these waters, so you can have more information. And so when you walk into a shop or a restaurant, you will understand more about what they're offering you. So you can't just accept still or sparkling anymore. You want to have something that's going to help elevate your experience. It's not a water for hydration. It's an experience water, and you'll love every experience you get just by feeling the bottle. It feels special, and you will feel special because of this drink. Anyway, Cheers, my friends. I need a refill soon. And you have a good day. Cheers. Thank you.